Good afternoon, all my crafty friends. It's Lynn from Humblebee Craft Studio, and today we are going to be using this stencil, and I am so excited about it. This is the Scandinavian Easter stencil, and it's absolutely one of my favorites. All the intricate Scandinavian designs, and it's just beautiful. So let me tell you what we're doing here. We're going to make a pennant banner, and a pennant banner looks like this. Comes with that. Just your string to hang it up. I usually use something different, and I actually haven't decided yet. Comes with your dough and then your pennant. And this is canvas, and super easy to use. I went back and forth on inks and decided I would use my Brilliant White. And so let's just get started and see how we do here. I think you're going to love it. So let's go to my banner first. I took RIT Dye, and I wanted kind of a little bit, I didn't want a solid color. I wanted a little bit of, it's not really tie-dye, but it's just, the colors are light and dark. And I purposely did that. So I actually put this in my little wash tub that I clean my stencils in usually. And I did it in that, and I wanted it to be dark, but again, I wanted it to be light. So it was fun getting this just all ready to go, and I'm loving the purple. Last year, I believe I did light blue or aqua. I'm not quite sure, but anyway, RIT Dye. So I'm going to set all these things aside because we don't need them. And then I'm going to take my stencil, and I was really smart this time because I get so involved with it. I just get so excited showing you. But I forget to write on my backer. So I did that ahead of time. So I'm going to take this out of the package, and look at that Scandinavian Easter. I'm using a brand new stencil this time because the other one was so well loved that I really needed a new stencil. So I made sure I got one. And although these are last Easter, they are still available. And I love this. I think you're going to love it too. So I'm going to find the center. I want to make sure all of my dots. So no fuzzing. Okay, I had something underneath the fabric on my board. I must not have wiped it off, and I have been so busy getting projects together. Oh, I've been having so much fun. Way too much fun. Okay. So I believe I have all of that down, and I'm going to roll up my sleeves. I went without a sweatshirt today. Even though we have a wind chill advisory, I decided I was pulling out something from summer, and I'm ready. Skip spring. Well, we usually skip spring anyway. So let's get to inking, and I'm going to open that away from my stencil, so if I have anything that's dry, this isn't like chalk paste where it dries so much. So I'm just going to get the ink I need, and I'm going to put it up above here, and I'm going to go from there, and I will add as I need it. I'm going to start on this side, and I'm just pulling down. What I'm trying to do is not go over it more than once. And again, just a reminder, when you're using ink, you are not pressing as hard as you do when you're using chalk paste. I'm going to put these glasses on. And so you don't have to push as hard. You want to avoid pushing really hard. And just keep going across your stencil. If there's things like this, we can come back, grab that. And I'm very gently pulling up any, oops, there's a little spot that was saying, no, I need more. Okay, I see a couple spots, but I'm going to go back. I'll go back and fix those. And so I'm just pulling my chalk paste. I tend to go straight down. I know others go sideways and they go up. This one I felt pretty confident because there's the border is so large that I wasn't going to get any white ink. Okay, let's get a little bit more ink here because I want to use my extra and go over some of those places that were kind of deciding that they didn't want to take the ink. I was probably just not pressing down enough. Just being extra careful because I love this stencil. Oh my gosh. I could make 100 different things. No, I won't bore you with all 100 different things. You probably don't want that. So I'm just taking excess from where I can. And then wherever I see an area that looks like it really needs a little bit more, or a spot that I missed, I'm going to go back and I will fix those up because I don't want to miss any spots. So here is a spot that was absolutely missed. And then this area is not really taking my ink the way I want it to. I'm probably just super picky. Oh, I have lots of left over here. Okay, are you ready for the reveal? I'm so excited. The reveal is the best. Must be close to spring because, oh, excuse me, I can feel my spring allergies coming on. It's one thing about winter. Well, I take that back. I have indoor allergies too, so I guess it doesn't matter for me. But, oh, there's a couple of places. All right, I'm not going to second guess myself because if I do that, I could very well put on too much ink and then have this bleed underneath. And so I'm going to take this up from the corner, and this one I'm going to take slowly because if there's places that there's one little spot right here that's just it pulled up, and that shouldn't happen. So let's keep going. Oh, I am loving this on the purple. Oh, I have one more little spot, and I'm going to grab my paintbrush, squeegee, just get the little top, and I'm just going to put some over that just to make sure. I'm going to start pulling down from this side too. Easier to see. Oh, it's looking good so far. Are you liking it? I am loving, loving, loving the purple and white. Since we didn't have to use the Tacky Towel today, I pulled out my old one and went ahead and putting that on there. So for ink, what you need to do is you need to let it dry for 24 hours so that it's not tacky. I'm going to dry this a little bit just so we can finish some other things up, but I'm going to stay away from this area because I want to make sure that I heat set this and I don't have anything on here that would make it more difficult to heat set. What are you stuck on? I have too many tools out today. So I'm just going to dry this. You can use your hair dryer. I just happen to have one of my 3, I think. I've gone through so many heat guns. But that's me. Do you know why I go through so many heat guns? Because I have an absolute little stinker. Well, actually, he's a big stinker who lives in my house. And when he needs things, he comes in and takes whatever he wants from my crafting, which is fine. It's as much as it is mine. My only thing is, if you take it out, please put it back so that when I'm looking for it, I can find it. You know, I think I'm going to come back one of these days and just do an absolute how to heat set so that you know exactly what to do. So I'm showing you what to do, because I think just telling you isn't enough. So, okay, that is dry. So I went ahead and pulled out my yarn and wool drawer and I actually had some purple yarn. And you know what? I'm not sure I love this color with this, but I went ahead and I made a tassel. And now that I look at this, I have some ends that need to be cut. Let me get my wastebasket over here so we don't have a mess. And so what I'm going to do is I'm pulling this up straight, and I can see that some of them are longer than others, and I'm just going to go over here. Okay, it's either my cat or that mischievous stinker that comes in and steals things, because I can hear them out in the other room. So I made this a little bit puffier than I wanted it on here, because I was going back and forth. I also made a pom-pom. Isn't this fun? And I'm going to come back and show you with a special guest how easy it is to make these. So easy, even my husband can do it. Shh, don't tell him I said it. He agreed to come and be my guest on another live when he is home working instead of who knows where. I thought I saw him walk out to the shop, but I don't know. I don't know if he's home from work exactly or not. So I'm just going to put that in here. And I've been going back and forth on whether I want to use the yarn or if I wanted to use this that came with it. And then I thought, well, you know what? White is great. I don't want to go too purple. I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. I don't want to go too purple because I could have dyed this as well. And if I had, I think I just would have left it in the dye mix for a shorter period of time, so it wasn't quite as dark. But then I had my pom-pom and my tassel. So let's see, let's go with the pom-pom first, because pom-poms are just fun. And I'm actually going to attach it up here. Let's see, do I want to go short? I'm going to turn this around to you. Do I want to go short or long? I think I want to go short. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. This is where I wish that I had my cat Briggs in here. Today, he actually helped me tie a knot. It was pretty cool because, you know, cats love yarn, right? And so I was working on these actually, and I wanted my knots on them to be really tight. Oh, come on. And so I went to do my second knot, and I didn't have anyone to really hold the second knot to make it really tight. And so I threw one of the ends to Briggs and kind of jiggled in front of his face. And so when he pulled on it, I pulled on mine, and I had a very tight knot. So, you know, sometimes it's really fun to have a cat, even though they're really mischievous. Okay, this keeps pulling, and I'm not liking that. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip, oh, come on, clip that off. So, we can have it with a pom-pom. We could also add a tassel down below it. What do you think? What do you think? Tassel down below it? Too much? Okay, I think it's a bit much. So let's go ahead and let's put the pom-pom on this side. I'm gonna go through here. I think I like the length of that, but we'll see. So you'll know tomorrow. I think I'm going to have Kirk demonstrate with white yarn. So if the white yarn looks better, I'm going to switch them out. Now, other things that you can do with your banner, and I didn't want to do this today because I don't have fabric that would look really good with it, but or ribbon. You could do either one, and you could either glue it or sew across a strip here and a strip up here. And I thought, you know what, I love this, and it's going to be fun. Oh, the tassel's got to be higher. I don't think I like where that tassel is falling. And I'm going to attach it to the back of this instead of having my knot up here. Other things that I did with this, so I went ahead and got this colored. And then when I was rubbing over it, and this can happen with canvas, I did not put my sticky mat under here. Oh, I got lucky. Oh, I got lucky. I just wasn't even using it wasn't in my brain today. I forgot what I was saying. Well, oh, I know what it was. So this was kind of rough, and I know that with my stencils that I don't want to have any little bumps under it because I don't want it to, those are really the areas that will just go, and because your stencil isn't attached 100% down to that. And so what happens then is, there you go, the ink bleeds. So what I did was, I'm getting laughed at. Someone's coming in the house. I might have to rope him in right now to get that that how-to video on pom-poms finished and get that up for you. He doesn't want his face to be seen. So I promised, and I asked him a lot of other questions about it, and I'm going to tell you, he doesn't want to do this. He really doesn't want to do it. But it's for me. So so I just took my grocery bag. You can also use a stencil cleaner, the bumpy side of it. And what I did is I just kind of sanded my fabric and then just dusted it all off to make sure that I didn't have any of that extra fuzzy things on there. You can also take tape or roller brush just to make sure you have all the little fuzzies off from your sanding. So with that, I am going to say see you later, And I'll be back with a guest to show you exactly how to make the tassels. So until then, enjoy. Happy crafting.